2017. It's the first breakfast with TNC of the year. Let's make 2017 a good year, a healthy eating year, maybe, and hopefully a successful year for Norwich City. Number one of Breakfast with TNC for 2017. Let's do this. Funky new chopping board, get some of that in your eyeballs. Oh yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for the first Breakfast with TNC of 2017. How are you all doing? I know we spoke a bit after Derby, but I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. I hope you had a fantastic New Year, whatever you got up to, and what a treat that Derby match was. Let's get rid of this Christmas tree. It's not Christmas anymore. We're in a new year. What are your guys' New Year's resolutions? I've set a few for myself. I've got one project that I want to get done. It should have been done 2 months ago. This is for TNC. You should see that in a few weeks' time. I've been slacking big time on that, so slap on the wrist for me there. That's going to get done. Eating-wise, I'm going to try and eat healthier. I got really good through like the middle stage of 2016. Cardio-wise, I was the best I've ever been. I've always found it pretty tough to build muscle, but I was the strongest I'd ever been, and then it kind of slid a bit when it got to Christmas, which is fine, I think. So that's another one. And the next one, I don't really know, really. Just keep this YouTube journey going on. In terms of the breakfast, I've gone for a bagel. You've seen a lot of these bagels. I just love them. I love the cinnamon and raisin bagel, and we've introduced the protein shake onto the channel for the first time. I haven't had a protein shake in about 2 months, probably. But this one, from My Protein, with whole milk, basically tastes like a McDonald's milkshake, and it's beautiful. And it's got like 30 grams of protein in, so happy days. But the news to these bagels, man, honestly, are just to die for. Oh, but today's news is all very much transfer based. Because obviously the transfer window is here, it is upon us. For the next month, we're going to be spammed with utter nonsense from all of these websites. But some of them might turn out to be true. Well, they will turn out to be true. Alex Reynolds already said we need to sell to buy. There's a few rumours going around that we might be getting Hourihane. Oh, that's a nightmare to say alongside Hourihane. Hourihane from Barnsley and also Sam Winnall. Apparently they're both on freeze. But first of all, let's kick it off with this article from a Liverpool fan site. It says, Liverpool devised clever plan to beat Spurs to winger's signature. Now, Jacob Murphy has been linked with both Liverpool and Spurs for about 14 years, it seems. And it is really picking up this January transfer window. We did lock him down to a new contract. Obviously, that doesn't really mean anything in football, except we might get a decent price for him. But it's saying here, basically, it's a very long article, basically saying that Liverpool need players because Mane's going off to the African Cup of Nations, so they need some attacking players. Jacob Murphy is one of them targets. But according to this website, if Liverpool were to sign Jacob Murphy, they'd buy him and then loan him straight back to Norwich. So a bit like what we've done with Maddison at Coventry, a bit like lots of clubs do with fairly younger players who maybe might not fit in straight away with their plans. But it then goes on to say they're not quite sure why why this deal is sort of come about as a rumour, because Liverpool need an instant player to really kick on, because obviously they're losing Mane, Coutinho's injured. They need someone to go in there straight away, and Jacob Murphy isn't that man. He's done very well in the Championship, but that step up to a top 4 team who's going for the title is going to be too much of a leap. So they've talked about other players who might be going in there, such as Barbosa, Pulisic, Rodriguez. So Jacob Murphy probably isn't going to be the man who goes there, and Spurs might get hold of him. I'd love to keep hold of Jacob Murphy. I'd love to get Josh Murphy wrapped up on a new contract, because I just think there's a lot to be proven there, and they want to do well for the club they've been at all of their life, basically. So it'd be nice to keep hold of the Murphys. The next one is off the ITV. The ITV seem to really jump in to the whole transfer rumour thing. I can never take them too seriously, but basically it says that Brentford are going to go in for Sergi Canos, of course, the man who we signed for £2.5 million from Liverpool, the big prospect, 19 years old, and hasn't really played for us all season. He's played a couple of substitute appearances in the league and a couple of games in the Cup. I thought he was good when he played against Coventry in the Cup, but except for that, he hasn't really done much. He hasn't had the chance. I feel sorry for Sergi Canos. He seems like a very grounded young man. I saw in an interview he'd done with Adam Drury before the game, he said he'd play in goal to get game time at Norwich City. He's just desperate to play football. But unfortunately, it's so tough to break into a Championship side who's going for the league. And Sergi Canos just hasn't really had luck on his side. So it's a shame, but I can kind of see why this rumour's cropped up. Brentford need attacking players. He's got links with Brentford. It's kind of a pretty easy rumour to put together. But I'd like to keep hold of Sergi Canos. He's still young. He's got obvious ability. And it would be nice to keep him, because obviously we signed him with a long-term plan. Let's get away from the transfer rumours for a bit, and let's move on to my football right. This is an article from my mate Will Jennings. Will, if you're watching, shout out, mate. Absolute legend. He's basically said, well, I've kind of been thinking the last couple of days. He's put, after seeing New Year in with a win, Alex Neil is here to stay. Now is the time to unite and support him. I love the first few lines here. I'm going to read them to you. He said, after a derby performance in which City played with the spirit of 2011, the defensive adeptness of 2004, and the attacking verve of 2015, Alex Neil is here to stay. Contrary to the relentless ineptitude, lack of ideas, and general misery that characterised what was an ultimately dismal 2016 for City, our side saw in 2017 with a bold, fresh and clinical performance, eroding the festive memories of a grim Boxing Day in Berkshire and an unstimulating stalemate in the capital with a performance of real promise. For 90 nippy January minutes, we were served up a New Year's treat. I love that from Will Jennings, and he basically finishes it off. It's a long article. I'm going to link it in the description. It's absolutely brilliant. But he said, but one message from me, with our current board, Neil is here to stay, and to give our boys the optimum chance to succeed, we must now unite and support both them and him. I think it's a really nice article, and it's been interesting kind of following this whole Alex Neil saga for the past 2 months, really, where our form started to dip and then the really low points, and now it seems like we might be creeping out of that dip. But we've supported Alex Neil through the very thick and the very thin. I guess now we're on the up. Maybe all I want to see from this Norwich City team is consistency and a real drive and passion to play for this shirt. Against Derby, it seemed like we had that. Even against Brentford, it seemed we had that, despite not getting the result. But something seemed to change against Derby. And I guess now, saying Alex Neil out and everything, yeah, if we do lose another game, then we do have to assess it with managers like Gary Rowett out there. But I can't see this board sacking Alex Neil, so I guess the only way to move forwards is to back Alex Neil, and we'll see what happens. But I want to see a whole month of good performances, a whole month of wins, and I want to see us back in that top 6, and I want to see us competing with the best once again, because until then, I'm not convinced that Alex Neil is the right man for the job. But I want to be proven wrong, and hopefully I will be proven wrong. I'm going to finish with the biggest story of the last couple of days. It's all about Robbie Brady. Loads and loads of respected sources saying that he's going to be having a Premier League return. The teams in with the link is Leicester and Crystal Palace on here on the Irish Examiner. is saying that he's set for a Premier League return. And Leicester City are apparently confident to with the lure of Champions League football will be sufficient to beat off competition from Crystal Palace for the signing of Ireland star Robbie Brady. And apparently we're going to be looking at a fee above £10 million, which is unbelievable. We paid £8 million for Robbie Brady. He's been very on and off. He's evidently doesn't want to be here. And I thought we looked much better without him against Derby. Premier League teams are saying they want a left back. Robbie Brady is not a left back at all. He doesn't know how to play left back at all. If you want a left back, look at Martin Olsen. But don't look at Martin Olsen because we want to keep hold of him. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. Yeah, have a fantastic year. I hope it's a good one for both you and Norwich City. I really do hope. I'm about to finish this breakfast, probably a cold bagel now, and then I'm going to pop to the gym. Have a great day, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out. A big thanks for watching the video. It is very much appreciated. Just a quick heads up to let you know that everything on my merch store at the moment has 20% off. All you have to do is add the things to your cart and then enter the discount code TNC2017 to get 20% off. That's t-shirts, mugs, and posters. Absolutely everything. Thanks for watching. Orders mean the world. See you later.